Right. Let's actually go over Jean Grey, how to play her, and all that good stuff. So, Jean Grey, also known as Phoenix, has been added in Season 3. This is the new hero, in case you guys don't know. Basically, you have like two people, like the lady in the front here with the red hair, that's Jean Grey, and the flaming lady behind her, that's Phoenix. And yeah, so apparently, I don't know much about her, but apparently they're like two separate things. But we have abilities that kind of merge them together. I'm gonna explain real quick how this hero works. So let's start off with the left click. Left click is a pretty rapid fire, very accurate. Pretty much, I don't think this thing has any inaccuracy. I think you're like always hitting exactly. Yeah, this always goes exactly where you're aiming. So there's like no bloom or anything. Just one little projectile. Very accurate. It hits pretty hard over distances too. And it's not super easy to hit. You need good aim with her, but I think once you get it down, you're gonna be doing some major work on this tune. So what it does is when you hit someone, it puts, you see the little icon above their head, it puts a spark up there for a couple seconds. Right? They get one spark. When you hit them twice, they get two sparks. So this is two sparks, and at three sparks, they explode. Okay, one spark, two sparks, three sparks, they explode. Right? So body shots give one spark, and headshots give two sparks. So with headshots, you only need two shots to trigger the explosion, right? Two headshots, bang bang, and you get the two sparks, and then on the next headshot, you get the explosion plus the headshot damage. So, tons of damage. Tons of damage. So yeah, there's that. The next one, let's talk about the right click here. The right click, as you saw, puts down some fire fields. They put down some fire fields. 3 in a row, right? The first one stuns, and the second and third one are going to slow the enemy. So you can, of course, hit scan. Yes, it's hit scan. It is hit scan. You can very easily. Where's the flyer? Where's the flyer? Where is he? There he is. You can very easily snipe people with it if you have good aim. So the right click, right? So you can hit multiple people with it. Very nice in choke points, or like when people are like balled up, you want to shoot that in. You don't have to shoot that at targets. You can, but I wouldn't recommend doing that necessarily unless you know exactly you're going to hit it. You can shoot it at the floor, right? You can shoot it at the floor. You want to make sure, like this guy here, right? If I shoot like in front of him, he's gonna get hit by multiple, right? So you gotta, you kind of have to learn on how to like position those fields so you can hit like one person with multiple of these fire explosions. And of course, when they have some the explosion, by the way, also puts sparks on, as you see, right? We can hit them with the explosion here. Also puts a spark on them, and then you can just follow up and make them explode. You really want to like weave this in whenever it's like applicable. You want to make sure you have some sparks on people. Right? That way you get a lot of damage out of it. What is this game? This is Marvel Rivals. Exactly. So this is gonna do tons of damage against single people and multiple people when they're balled up in like a choke point, or they're all standing next to the payload, or they're standing on the point or wherever, right? This is gonna give you tons of damage. So the next one I want to talk about is the little dash that we have. You can use that for mobility. It's not great though, you know, it's very short dash, but the main use case you want to use it as is more like a dodge. Look at it as an iframe as a dodge ability, and a little bit of offense too, because if you dodge, if you dodge this, you leave a little image behind where you were, right? And this one explodes and deals some damage. And as you saw, doing that also leaves sparks on the enemy. So when they have 3 sparks and I do this, they explode. So what you want to do is you really always want to have sparks on people. Let's say I put 2 sparks on someone here, right? And then I do this, right? You get the explosion from your little phoenix image there, and then because it applies another spark, you get the big spark explosion, right? And this will iframe. You can iframe ultimates with that, or you know, like any other attack as you would use any iframe in the game. Then we have the E ability, which is her free flight. I'm not super happy with this one. It's only 3 seconds and it takes 10 seconds to recharge. Of course, you can use it in like shorter bursts as you see fit, but you can only have a maximum of 3 seconds in your flying state. And then after that, it takes, like, once you have used up all your energy, it will take 10 seconds to recharge, which I'm just not a fan of. I think she doesn't have either enough duration on her flight, or the flight takes too long to recharge, or she's just too slow. It's either one of them. It's actually all 3 combined. I think she should be able to fly longer, or if we need to keep it at 3 seconds, I think it should recharge faster. And I also wish she was a little bit faster when she's flying, because as you see, you're not like super fast when you're flying around, and it's very easy to hit Phoenix players when they're trying to fly away. You get sniped constantly, so that's not something that you can just do. When people shoot at you, you can't just say, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna fly away and they're not gonna hit me. They're gonna hit you easily, because you're a giant target with flaming wings, and you're not moving very fast, so you're actually quite easy to hit. But the way you kind of want to, like, the way I use it is, you know, when someone jumps me, I do the dash usually, right, through them to kind of like put the image on them. Also to just like disorient them, because they won't know where I went. And then I basically go into the flight mode and I'll fly away. On you know, jumpers, when Spider-Man like jumps me or something. You know, I'm trying to get to safety. You never want to just free fly. You always want to look for like something you can go to, something that allows you some line of sight. So just free flying is gonna get you killed, unfortunately, right? But those are your mobility options. You can use the little dash, and then you can go into free flight mode, and you know, of course, dash mid-air as well. And then we have the ultimate. The ultimate is basically, if you've ever played Unreal Tournament 99, you become the Redeemer, okay? This is basically the Redeemer. Alright? So, you go up here. You have a couple seconds to kind of look around and then confirm. And then you can fly. You can steer this. You can steer this, but not a whole lot. Like, don't think you can just like fly around corners with this. It's not really happening. Like once, like after like a second of flight, you kind of speed up a little bit, and then it's really hard to aim. But like in the beginning, let's say I'm like, I don't know. Let's say I'm like around the corner here a little bit, and I wanna hit them. You can, like the first second you can still like kind of maneuver it a little bit, but you have to lock it in really fast. You have to lock it in really fast because, like I said, once you've been flying for like a second, you speed up, and once you speed up, you barely have any control over anything anymore. And then you basically just go straight where you're aiming. And I also want to, I don't know if I can show that. When you're doing this, you see that little symbol down there. That's actually me. Alright? Jesus. Jesus. I just killed a lot of bots. So, I'll try to show this a little bit better, a little bit more. Yeah, it's hard to see, but the spot where you're standing, right? You leave a little symbol so people can actually see where you are. Because when you turn into that Phoenix, I think you're completely invincible. No one can shoot at you. And then you go down. And while that's happening, your main character still stays where they were, right? Like if I'm standing here at the 30-meter line, you are nothing. And I go flying this right, I'm still over there. I'm still over there, and then once I'm exploding, I go back here, right? So people can see that you're here. So some people will wait for you to basically teleport back after the hit, and then will start attacking you, right? Because they know after a couple seconds you will be back at that spot, right? It's very visible. You have this like little glowing symbol, and so you might have a Hawkeye just like waiting there with like a fully drawn bow. Waiting for you to come back so they can pop you in the head. So be careful when you're using this. But, of course, it's a very, very nice and strong ultimate. Another thing that I want to showcase is this ultimate actually heals you. So you can use that as like kind of like a panic button and oh shit button. So let's say you're getting really like low health here, and you go up here and you come down, and then once you come back, it heals you to full, right? So you can use this defensively if you want. Of course, if you're using it defensively, you kind of want to make sure you can still get some offensive value out of it. So try to hit someone. But if you really, really, really don't want to die, you can just pop this, you know, come down, hit the guy that's attacking you, and you know that will heal you back up to full. And also, you can use this to get away. Let's say, you know, like Spider-Man's jumping you, and you're like, oh my god, I don't like I'm like all the way over here. Maybe you died, right? You're running back from the spawn, and your team is fighting like way over there. So you have no one to help you. You have no healers, you have no tanks, you have no other people to help you. And now you have a Spider-Man or like an Iron Man sitting there like camping the spawn. What you could do is like, oh my god, Spider-Man's attacking me. I'm out of here. Alright? And you just fly away. Spider-Man might chase you there, or you might attack this thing. But you get fully healed back up. Right, when he attacks you, and you gain some immunity while he's coming in. So let's say he's coming in with the ultimate, right? He's like, oh my god, Spider-Man, you pop this thing, nothing's gonna happen to you. Try to hit someone with it, you come back, you're full health, and you know, now you can defend yourself a little bit better. And maybe Spider-Man might have like, you know, swung away, or you might have waited. But that's definitely a thing that you can do defensively when you're taking a lot of damage. And you're just like, I need to like do something real quick. Or maybe you need to stall a little bit. You can stall this. You can just sit up here and like wait a little bit, right? And then you might want to fly around a little bit. You have like 20 seconds. You can fly around for 20 seconds, so that's pretty long. You can stall for a long time, so maybe you want to wait for your team to come back or something like that. You can use it like that. But of course, I would not recommend wasting your ultimate for something like this. Like, who cares if you die, right? You die, you come back. Who cares? Like, it doesn't really matter. Just saying, if you want to use it like that, you can. It's not recommended, though. Anyway, so that's all the abilities, right? We have the left click, which is very strong, puts the sparks on. Just to recap, all right. Then you have your right click, which summons the fire fields. If I could hit someone, man, I can't hit anybody. Got the fire fields. Yeah, that's gonna hit. Let's go.
That's all it took? Really?
You got the dash that leaves the little exploding image. You got the flight. And you got your ultimate. One additional thing I want to talk about is her melee is actually really strong. Her melee is super strong. So as you can see, her melee is not her attacking, it's Phoenix attacking. And you can kill a bot like this with like 250 health in 6 hits, which is probably one of the stronger, if not the strongest, melee attack in the game. And of course, all damage she does applies the spark stacks. So even if you hit someone with a melee, you apply the spark stacks, and on the 3rd hit, you're gonna get that explosion, right? So very nice. I've actually killed a lot of people just like in scenarios where like you're getting jumped and you're like in a cubby and maybe your aim is not great when you're like all like super up close and like there's a lot of stuff happening. You start just doing like basically just normal attack melee cancels, right? Basically like this. This is a thing you can do when you're like super like when you get jumped and your enemy is like in your face. You start just whacking them. You just do like normal attack melee cancel, and that's a lot of damage. So she is actually a really brawly kind of character. If you have a healer that kind of pumps some really good heals, you can potentially just like go into the front lines and start punching people. But yeah, that's all that there is about Jean Grey / Phoenix. I like playing her. I'm struggling a little bit, like actually like hitting my shots. I don't think my aim is necessarily bad, but sometimes I'm just not lining them up properly. But once you get it down, she's very strong. So her strength is really the burst damage that she has. AoE burst damage, tons of it. Her weakness is kind of the mobility, believe it or not. Even though she has the dash and she has the flight, the dash really doesn't cover a lot of distance. Just gives you a very brief iframe. And the flight mode, as I said, you have like a maximum of 3 seconds, and then you have to wait 10 seconds for it to recharge. And you're not working with like, you know, you're not flying super fast once you're, you know, in flight mode. So I think that's something that could be improved, but maybe that's just the necessary downside you have to have for a character that is offensively that strong. But that's about it. That's Jean Grey. That's all the skills. And yeah, I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.